Welcome back, World Builders. Today we are tackling another death battle matchup, Simon the Digger versus Kyle Rayner. We're going to break this down through a strict world building lens, giving the characters we love the much needed gravity we have all been craving. I'm going to let the fight play out, then give us my commentary. I may pause it a few times, just for copyright. The link to the entire video, however, is in the description. Let's get into it.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, I'm not rusty at all.
Hey dude, Green Lantern Officer Kyle Rayner here. Ring says you've got a Class A galactic super weapon, whatever that is. I'm thinking it's the giant mech. Why don't you hand it over?
Gurren Lagann's mine, officer. Just who the hell do you think you are? I'm told I'm bad with authority.
Tell me about it.
Four? That's nothing! My drill will pierce the heavens! Take it, Topa, Gurren Lagann! That's really cool. I'm a
Lantern. We do the impossible.
See the invisible.
Touch the untouchable.
Break the unbreakable.
If you ain't know,
Now you know.
I'm already seeing a lot of world building,
If there's a wall in my way,
world building cataclysms around here. I've seen the reality one bit. It's still a good fight though.
stop fighting. Think about your fear of death, your love of your friends, your compassion for me, your hope for the future. Choose life.
Have faith in the Simon that believes in you.
Super Tekken Topa Gurren Lagann! My drill is the drill that will transcend the heavens! Giga Drill Free!
The super weapon wasn't your mech.
it was me.
Then, Simone, I'm taking you in brightest day, in blackest night. No evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern flight!
Let's see you grit those teeth!
You'd make a good lantern.
Simon of Earth, you have been chosen.
Just who the hell do you think I am?
KO! For the guy with the snazzy sunglasses.
Okay. Looking at it, this was actually a fair fight. This is actually a really fair fight. Still a lot of broken mechanics, but in this scenario, this was broken mechanics versus broken mechanic. Think regular Superman versus One Punch Man. Perfect matchup. That should end up in a draw every time. that should literally end up in a draw every time, especially with the way that they argue for Superman.
Possessed unlimited power, it's hard to judge them by our normal standards. Take speed. Simone can hit an infinite number of targets all at once, and Kyle can fly fast enough to surpass the normal concept of speed itself.
When you control space,
See, that's that foolishness right there. You can't go faster than the concept of speed. So, equal. Infinite speed. Okay, immeasurable speed. If you can hit immeasurable speed, it basically means your potential for speed is infinite because your speed cannot be measured. FTL. What FTL is equal to is godlike speed. That's the only speed that'd be faster than humanity can measure. You can go up against gods, you can move at godlike speed. But even amongst the gods, not all gods have the same speed. Basically, they would both crack even. If one is not faster than the other, they both cap out, even out at infinite speed.
things like strength and speed kind of become irrelevant.
Instead, let's analyze them through a lens more applicable to beings as absurd as Simone and Kyle.
So, instead of taking things that we can actually measure, we're going to go into things that we have no possible measurement for, and you're going to call it on that? You can't measure somebody's imagination. The imagination is immeasurable by definition. Come on, man.
Their imagination, their willpower, and their ultimate potential.
All right, that's it. It's a draw. I'm sorry. Imagination, unlimited. Willpower, unlimited. In fact, if this was a test of willpower, hello, Mr. Ring Bearer. You're number one. You come from the family tree of our will is absolute. You're supposed to win that, but Simone is probably going to even out in that as well. Potential.
It always gets stronger.
So to determine the limits of their willpower, we first need to understand their full potential.
Simone's whole deal with Spiral.
He just said that like that was some deep shit. Like, dude, you can't measure the previous two. So of course you can't you wouldn't even be able to put a framework around it without starting at potential, which is why I don't understand why it was saved for last. It should have been the first thing you cover if you're going to talk about this. Just look at this image. This is a bunch of absurdity.
Power is how he can constantly evolve to get stronger. So just because Simone starts off weaker doesn't mean he'll stay that way.
Absorbing the multiverse labyrinth required Simone to leapfrog several orders of infinity in an instant. Simone made himself that much stronger through sheer force of will.
More than enough to close the gap with Kyle, especially since Spiral Power also lets him regenerate his body down to an informational level. Kyle's never destroyed something that thoroughly before.
Without the ability to easily kill Simone, it was only a matter of time before Kyle's ring ran low on charge. Especially since Simone could likely regenerate for at least a week straight, like Nia did. While Blue Lantern Light could boost Kyle's power, he's never jumped several orders of infinity in strength like Simone has.
And while Kyle could manipulate emotions to reduce Simone's willpower, Simone resisting the labyrinth's mental manipulation meant he could power through anything Kyle threw at him.
Everything, that is, except for the life equation. It originated from a higher level of reality and would have more than even the odds.
Too bad Kyle couldn't control it. It was just as much a detriment to him as an asset, forcing him to relinquish it to keep from destroying reality and himself.
Compare that to Simone, who merged with a version of himself writing a version of Gurren Lagann, and using spiral power to make that fiction into reality.
A pretty similar level of reality to the life equation, and a level of power Simone had no trouble embracing and mastering by the end of his story. No matter how you look at it, Simone might start weaker, but his peak will always transcend Kyle's. Isn't that how all of Simone's battles usually go anyway? That's Gurren Lagann in a nutshell.
So Simone's incredible potential eclipsed Kyle, which means his willpower was ultimately greater.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. First of all, it's not about your potential if you're fighting today. Today. What do you have in your pocket today? What smoke you bringing today. You don't have enough time to go into hyperbolic time chamber. You ain't got enough time to go and work out. You ain't got no time to go to the gym. You ain't got no time for no. You gotta be ready to suit up right now, today. And I'm gonna have to disagree because you don't transcend stages of infinity. I'm sorry, did we forget what infinity means? Anybody? Do we remember what infinity means? There's only one level of infinity, and it's infinity. Multiply something by infinity. Go ahead. Multiply 0 by infinity and see what you get. Infinite nothing. But still, infinite. Now again, it was all really cool. But that's what that that's what that limitless imagination does in a real moment. You can imagine something really cool, but you can't break the story just for that, because the story means more. The reality warping is a cop out. He created a reality that had him, that was another version of himself. So what he did was he doubled his power using reality warping. Sometimes like the character just needed that unlimited potential foolishness. No, it's about today. I would probably give this one to Kyle. In a fight, you're not losing to any of these categories. Maybe willpower, but none of these categories on the screen right now make that much of a difference in a fight. Not one held the day. Not a single one. So, World Builders, I'm giving this one to Kyle. Until next time, like, share, comment if you agree, comment if you don't agree. See you next time for the next video.